YouTube channel, Vastu Creations. Today we're going to look at what was Asia's wealthiest man, Gautam Adani. If you look to the eastern horizon using Vedic astrology, sidereal zodiac, not Western tropical zodiac, you'd see the constellation associated with Libra rising at 28 degrees. First, we'll look at and see how the planets are operating, and then we'll see during certain events when they were operating and what could be done to strengthen the chart. So, Sun is ruling the house of income and gives good fortune through organizational executive leadership skills. And also, his father was gave good support, came from the textile industry and plastics, I think. And then Moon is weak in infant state, poorly placed in the sixth house, challenging house of enemies. And it is ruling the career house. So it gives career through public trading. And then Mars is at 26 degrees, ruling the house of partnerships, gives partnerships in the energy sector, airports, ports, amongst other many other businesses that he has. And then we have Mercury. Now, any multicona sign in the 6th, 8th, or 12th challenging houses becomes functional malefic. So you see Virgo in the 12th house, ruled by Mercury, it can cause harm, and we'll see how that happens when we look at the transit chart. However, in the birth chart, it's fairly benign. It is sitting in the 8th house of transformation, death-like experiences, ruling the house of endings and losses and expenses. Now, Jupiter is weak because its landlord, or dispositor, Saturn, is weak and afflicted. So it gives success through business, and it's ruling that house of business success, placed in the house of investments and stocks. But it is weak, so there can be some challenges, and he's been accused of cronyism as well. Jupiter can be government, and Jupiter also related to education. He did drop out of college. And then we have a weak afflicted Venus. Rahu is afflicting Venus in that career house, and Venus rules the chart. So it gives fame. Venus is also transportation. He does own a big portion of the Mumbai airport. And he gives financial success, but there can be some challenges. Then we have weak afflicted Saturn. Saturn is afflicted by Ketu and Rahu. It is ruling the house of investments and stocks. So, and also it's associated with agriculture, so he did have some agricultural products. It is ruling the house of education. He did drop out of college. So it gives investments, but there can be some challenges as well, as we'll see. Rahu and Ketu are always opposite each other, balancing each other. So Rahu, it's trying to balance work and home life. So they're opposite. Rahu giving big desire for career, and Ketu opposite in the family house. Now, let's look at the timing of events. We have, in 96, he established a foundation, a charity, which has really been um, a major remedy for his chart, where he through various charities helps with the healthcare system, etc. Um, and that was established in a Mercury period. Mercury ruling the 12th house, which has to do with service and charity. And then we have, he was also abducted for ransom in '98 during a Mercury period. That's confinement. Arrested for cheating, supposedly arrested for cheating in 2002 during a moon period. Moon sitting in the house of cheating, the sixth house. And then in 2012, he was accused of fraud by the government during a Venus period. So his name and fame were on the line, so to speak. And then more recently, he became the wealthiest man in Asia. But just in early 2023, his net worth plummeted by 50 billion. Now it's the 23rd wealthiest person in the world. And this is during a Mercury period. And just starting a Mercury period in January, and Mercury is the malefic in the chart. And if you look at the transit chart on the left, you'll see the inner circles where the planets were when he was born, and the outer circles where the planets were in early 2023. You see Mercury is right on the rising sign degree, so that means it's exactly afflicting the third house of success and the ninth house of good fortune. And also that ninth house has to do with government issues being afflicted. So Mercury is ruling a house of losses and expenses, afflicting his business and his good fortune. So what could be done to strengthen the chart? So charities, especially for children, is good for a malefic Mercury, as well as Rahu, and then charities for spiritual organizations for K2. We don't want to strengthen the malefics. However, the rest of the planets, especially Jupiter and Saturn and Moon, could be strengthened with my favorite remedy, a kavash, which is a silver locket containing the Devata yantras and mantras for those planets. So we wish him well. Hope he can recover from this, as Musk and many others have. So thank you so much for listening. If you're interested in getting a reading, you can go to vastucreations.com, and also there you'll find courses in astrology and certification if you would like to do it as a vocation. Again, thank you so much for listening.